Folie à deux.
That's given British.
It is. It's not really given en français.
Folie à deux.
À deux.
I think it's deux.
What?
Well, I guess folie à deux.
Folie à deux.
Number 2.
À deux. Yes. Oh, on deux. Oh, yes. Yes.
Stupid.
Today we're gonna review Joker Folie
À deux.
à deux.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my French.
No, I'm not sorry.
Because I feel very passionate about my viewpoint.
Passionate?
I'm passionate.
That's a bit much.
Okay, not passionate?
I'm not passionate. I'm just.
I don't know, I like to argue when it comes to movies and TV, so
Yeah.
I'm ready to argue with those in the comments. So,
First of all,
you know.
I actually liked the movie. I saw it as like the movie was essentially representation of the Joker's mind. You know, like sure, like the singing. To be fair, I feel like once I realized that the singing was essentially
part of it.
Was his escapism. Every time something serious would happen, he'd go into like a song and dance literally.
Yeah.
Because it was his way of escaping reality. Because like he did get molested,
Yeah.
abused.
I thought that was a very important take, actually, the psychology of it.
Yeah, I thought it was very psychological, and the people that didn't understand it is because you did take the time to drink.
It's true, it's true. As well, I think someone said a very interesting take to me. They were saying how, is it his mind or is it how Harley Quinn has manipulated his mind? Is it like, because he was saying that at the end when he was like to her, stop the singing, is it that she's almost infiltrated his mind to make him, and I found that so interesting, because I was just like, I never really thought about that actually, because it's like all this time we're thinking it's his escapism that he's created, but it could be her, I guess, influence. But I as well, even though I do feel like there was one too many songs, they could have done two less. Even and that's me. That's even me saying that I like musicals. Yeah. So they could.
I don't really, but I didn't mind.
They could have. You know, it got a bit jarring when I don't remember what the number it was, but it was just like, okay, I get the point now. This one wasn't necessary.
Oh yeah, because I think like with the sort of singing, when it got to the point where they're at the courtroom, and then the lawyer was saying some important stuff about how he was sexually molested, because they touched on it briefly when he was in the first movie, but they didn't really expand on it, like the depth. And I think when she was talking about it and then he just kind of went into the song again, I was kind of like, I kind of low-key wanted to know the tea, like the juice, like what the hell's going on. So I was a bit like, but I just thought whatever during that.
I think as well, people were saying the songs had no meaning, but I think if you listen to the lyrics,
they did.
If you listen to the lyrics of the song, and I think it's when, because for me at the start I was rooting for them, you know.
Who?
I was rooting for the two of them. I was happy for him. I was like, you know, he's found someone toxic, and she's also toxic. I'm like, this is toxic together.
That's the toxicity in you. That's the toxicity.
Might be, but I was rooting for their love story.
Why? Because I know how the Joker's treated Harley in like the comic books and like other like, I guess, variations. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, here we go again. I can see Joker being an asshole to Harley again. So I think that's what was so interesting. Like, since essentially, I guess she was the one manipulating him. I think I was a bit confused as like, what was her purpose? You know, like what was
it's
her
almost
reason?
just like because she was a rich kid as well.
Yeah,
she's like a rich, and she checked herself in. It's almost like I think it also reflects the fascination people have with like serial killers and stuff like that, and that's why I felt very interesting, because it's like also like some social commentary of like how people becomes obsessed. She saw him and everyone he killed,
and also like desensitized as well.
Yeah, and that her aim was to meet him, to break into prison, to meet him, and everything else she made up. I'm pretty sure she's not pregnant.
I knew her was not pregnant. Honestly, I was looking at Jake, I was like, bro, come on now. Let's take a second to think.
Yeah.
She ain't pregnant.
He was like, you
He
pregnant?
was like, we're gonna have a baby at the end. And she was like,
I fell for him.
That was a
That one was
it was all a lie.
I really felt for him, because he was, I think what I really liked about this movie is that it humanized him even more, and it showed the complexity in him as a villain, because you really understand why. For me, I root for him as a villain, you know. I root for his deaths, For me, as far as I'm concerned, disclaimer, he's a character, so I'm gonna.
I think in real life, I don't condone murder. That one I don't. I don't mind. I do like a cheeky villain, but I think with the Joker is just too much for me. Like, it's just like a lot. Like, I think when he's just like being silly, like you know, blowing up places and running away from Batman.
But when he's killing people,
I don't know. I think when like. I don't know. I think for me personally, I don't root for a villain when I start to get to understand why they are the way they are, because then it feels like, well, nothing justifies murdering your mother. Oh, I mean, well,
that one makes sense.
That one makes sense. Okay, that one makes sense. But you know what I mean? Like some of it is just like nothing justifies some things, you know. Whereas like for example, that guy from the first movie, the one he shot in live television.
No, but fair.
He was making fun of him, but I didn't think a bullet in the head was the solution to
you make fun of me. I shoot you on live television.
Well,
balance.
It's kind of like 1 + 1 = 85 with him. So
balance.
That's why But yeah, the thing is, I usually love a villain. I just love like fun villains, but he wasn't really fun. You know,
it's
he was
very
more, like,
dark.
Depressed.
Yeah. Tormented, tortured.
Yeah, I never even in the first movie, I just didn't really like him as a villain. He wasn't fun. Like, he was just kind of like
unhinged.
Yeah, just crazy. Like, you know, I love a villain that's like, he wasn't particularly like smart either or like witty. Like, he was just like a crazy person that would just, I don't know, by chance. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of things happened to him by chance. Like, getting on the show happened by chance.
I really felt for him in that first movie. It's like every day was not his day. Every day was another day.
I think he was even saying how like he hasn't been happy a single day of his life. And I think like it was interesting in the first movie, like he essentially was like, you know, remember after he shot that guy in the face and then he ran out and then he got arrested.
The free man?
No. The shot the guy on national television.
Oh yeah.
And then he got arrested and then like the car crashed and then he was just like in front of all the people just cheering for him and used the blood to make it to smile. I think like that was like probably like the happiest day of his life, probably, and that's why probably he wanted to be the Joker still. But I think even though he wanted to be the Joker, he was still fighting demons. And I'd be funny, I feel like it humanizes the Joker, because at the end of the day, this is not a comic book where he falls into Green Swamp and then he becomes the Joker. There's more depth to it. So I feel like naturally, because of that, there's gonna be like a war inside him as to why he, you know, I guess feeling bad about the things that he's doing, wanted to kill. Like, mine was suicidal, constantly wanted to kill himself. And I think honestly, I feel like if you look at it from a comic book standpoint, you may not be satisfied, but if you look at it from I guess as a separate entity from it, then I feel like I don't think it was a bad movie per se.
I liked it.
1 out of 5 stars? Was it
1.8 out of 5 stars?
I give it a 3.
For me, I love the cinematography. The shots were really amazing. I really liked like the way they fought. So you know when he was talking to her, and then the guy was blurred in the background. The police man was blurred in the background. That shot was so good. Like, I felt like it just really showed how, I guess, obviously he's a horrible man. His presence, his I guess presence and his control of him. I loved that shot.
It was like almost like an illusion.
I wish I could go back and like pick my favorite, like a pause and pick my favorite shots. I think
I really enjoyed like there was a lot of good shots. Like I think the initial first shot that I thought was when I think there was more than one when he went back into his cage and then like there was the outline of him and he lit his cigarette. I really liked that shot. And especially another one where he was walking in the rain and there was 4 of them with umbrellas and they were like red, blue.
That was good.
That was really good shot, and he was just in the middle. I thought, wow, I wonder what the meaning of
it's
the colours
so honestly are. And also when obviously the iconic shot when she draws the lipstick and then apparently that took them like 1 hour to like film.
Which one?
You know when he meets
on
in prison?
him.
That was like I think
was a good one
as
too.
Well, and the score, like the music is very haunting.
Well.
It's very haunting. Like the music that wasn't the musicals was like very haunting, and like it just added to that how dark the movie actually is.
Very dark. The thing is, I'm not bothered about the whole comic book thing. I'm just here for a good time. I don't give a heck. I enjoy it.
But also, what I was saying to Esther actually, I was stopped because we like to talk about it, but then it's like we need to say it for the recording.
Way too much.
You talk way too much.
I don't talk too much. I talk enough.
Okay. But it's like I for me, when I read a book adaptation into a movie, I don't know about you, but I'm not expecting the same thing because it's like I just read the book.
When it's the same, I think it depends. Like if the book is like perfection, then what are you changing it for? But when the book is trash, you can change everything.
No, but it's like it's an adaptation. Like for me, so obviously off topic, but like Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, like I didn't like that movie. I watched it again and I was like, okay, maybe I was too harsh.
But bad.
My thing is that I read the book and I had an experience of the book. And it's like they try to do everything in the book, and it's like I didn't ask for that. Who asked for that? I didn't ask for you to copy and paste. I asked for you to show me adaptation. And I think the issue is that people want to see what they saw in the comics on screen. But I feel like the director took a risk.
Yeah, they did.
And for me,
I don't think it was a bad risk.
I don't think it was a bad risk because I feel like we've had so many superhero movies.
Yeah.
And I think following the same action trope and stuff like that, it gets a bit boring sometimes.
And I think also, like, I guess Hollywood does have like this new shtick of humanizing like villains. Like it's even like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
You know, they try to like humanize him. Oh, he was molested as a child and that's why he murdered and ate people. I don't really think this balancing. So I think maybe that's why people like, cause I think a lot of people just want villains to be villains. They don't really want.
But that's not humanity at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But I think I'm in two minds because I agree, because it brings up that conversation about almost using mental health and
as an excuse.
But it's also interesting. It's like you could understand his mind a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does talk about the sensationalism of villains and well, sensationalism of criminals, and almost like how they kind of people start to be more interested in their mind and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say also, like with like Bridgerton, like, hey, if they didn't change everything, that shit would not be the hit that it is. And I know that I think like the Joker's like such a hit. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 movie. I don't even think it's.
I don't even think it was great, but I just don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth the hate.
No.
It was good. It was a good watch. It wasn't. There's no way at all trash. Like the acting, the cinematography alone. There's no way, because if you're looking at it as a whole,
to be fair,
you can't call that trash.
What would you say to people who say that the second movie essentially undid what the first movie did?
Yeah,
because the first movie essentially was to like basically showcase, I guess, him transitioning from is it Aaron Fleck? What's his name? Something Fleck into Arthur Fleck into the Joker. Would you say that the second movie in a way kind of undid that, and he was slowly, you know, going away from the Joker and becoming Arthur Fleck again? Because in the end, like him getting stabbed, to be fair, I was trying to wonder, like, why did he get stabbed in the end, you know? And also I do feel like he loved the idea of her, she loved the idea of him, and that was that. And nobody loved anybody really for real.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that's the inner lover girl with me though, that was kind of ruined.
You need to wake up. Okay.
I was rooting for them.
No,
you know?
I was not.
I was actually rooting. I thought there could be this unhinged villain couple
I feel like
that would, you know, create plots. And also, a part of me felt like him renouncing the Joker was wondering if he was gonna be like, psych. Like, part of me felt like that. Because I was like, I kind of felt like a bit like, interesting.
Yeah. And I think like the last scene of him getting stabbed.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead. But I think that was supposed to be him like going back into like the Joker thing again. Because you know how like every time something would happen, something real would happen, then he would kind of go into the whole, you know, sing a song thing.
Yeah.
And I think by him getting stabbed, it was him forcing him back into the Joker thing. I don't think it was done well. Personally, it was
because I think it was like it's almost like the other one, because I think people were annoyed because obviously we know the other Joker has cut his face.
Ew.
So you know the guy that stabbed him afterwards cut his. So people were saying that, is that guy supposed to be him? But I don't think that's the case. I personally think that he's still alive.
Is there gonna be another movie? Who knows?
Because I think Joaquin Phoenix is too talented of actor for them to get rid of him. And I personally think this is an origin almost. I think this is the origin, like it's like
origin.
Yeah.
And for those people saying this is the worst movie they've ever seen, you haven't seen 365 Days.
It's true.
You only seen
You have not seen bad.
You haven't seen bad movies.
As for trash, you haven't seen trash.
You know trash.
We've
been
seen
forced. Twilight, the saga, all of them trash. You don't know trash, so you've actually seen trash.
No, not us coming for a whole fandom.
No, I'll come for it. Oh wait, well, I think they got hands actually.
It's true.
They'll be fine on Twitter.
It's true, but I personally think that the movie itself, I think it was good.
Decent. It was okay.
Let me read a comment actually that I actually agree with. So I think people are missing the main point of this movie. This was a play on mental health and how people don't really understand what you're going through. On top of that, it's also a play on how people only care about you when you're entertaining.
Yeah.
As soon as you don't entertain people, as soon as you don't entertain, people will leave. Similar to those people who left the cinema. Some people left the cinema when they're watching it. I don't think this is worth leaving the cinema for.
I understand not liking like musicals. Like I don't really prefer. I love a good cheeky musical. I don't really like musicals unless it's like it has to be very specific musical. High School Musical. That's
Hamilton is good.
That's the only one I like.
High School Musical is the greatest musical of all time, and I'm ready to follow.
Okay,
I'm ready to fight you for that.
But yeah, I don't really like musicals, but I feel like the musical I could accept it because it made sense it to like his mental state, and
I think it let me know that she wasn't, because I was in at the beginning. I would admit I was in my lover girl fantasy, rooting for the unhinged couple. But when she shot him, that's what I was like.
Squad.
Okay,
you know in Suicide
she's
Squad.
manipulating him.
You know in Suicide Squad.
I haven't watched it.
Oh. Well, I like the Joker and Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad because I feel like there was passion, it was sexy.
So that's what I thought we'd be getting.
There was the manipulation was there.
Like master plan.
He'd leave her a lot. It wasn't nice, and it made you want better for Harley. But I guess like nobody wants to see the Joker being manipulated because they hold him to this high regard of.
It's very telling that a woman is manipulating a man and everyone's upset.
I think they hold him to such a high regard where it's like him being manipulated by her makes he becomes less than in her eye, in their eyes. It's like, how can he be manipulated by her? It doesn't make sense. But it's like
the double standards.
I don't care. Either way, listen, I'm for women. Period. Women in male-dominated spaces.
Women, do your worst.
Yeah, that's some good shit, man.
That's some good shit. But I think personally that like. I don't know. I didn't feel she was very savage.
But I
respect it.
She came here to
you
see
gotta
the
do
Joker.
What you gotta do.
She came here to see the Joker.
And then
she didn't come here to see.
She just left, and then he sang. It's almost like when men go to your house with like a boombox. He sang to her on. You know, begging for her back.
You know what makes me think of? Maybe that. I guess that maybe it is an origin story.
That's what I think.
Because by doing that, is it something Fleck? What's his name? I keep forgetting.
Alpha Fleck. It's completely gone.
Dead.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's the origin because you need
be dead.
In order for it to be wicked, to be the levels of wicked that the Joker needs to be, he needs to be crushed. And she did the final blow.
Down bad.
Yeah.
The mother of my child.
The final blow she delivered. So now we will see the Joker we know.
There's no baby. Okay, there's no baby.
Now we will know the Joker that has no mercy, because I feel like there's still a bit of mercy left in him. But now he's gonna go mad. Yeah. And I'm excited to see it.
Okay, well, let's
And I'm ready for it.
Okay, well, in the name of the Father.
And I can't wait for him to kill some more. Hey.
Oh no. Disclaimer. We don't agree.
There's no disclaimer.
Oh.
Or be killed.
I'm
joking.
She's not joking.
Disclaimer.
And somebody that one.
I don't condone murder.
I condone murder. I condone it.
You condone murder?
Oh.
No. You condone it? Yes, sister.
Okay. It's always said it ruins the legacy of the original Joker movie. The drama. I don't know, like,
you know how many Jokers there are out there?
You know how many?
There's so many versions. There's gonna be, even in our kids' lifetime.
Yeah, there's probably
like that will be, if
there's gonna be more.
That will be their, their legacy.
There's gonna be more. Like, they're not gonna just it's not gonna be one and done. I don't think it ruins the legacy of the first one per se. I think it just gives like more depth, like a more humanized depth to it. Thank you everyone for watching. Let us know your thoughts down below. If you disagreed, I mean, Nana will fight with you.
I will.
Section. I ain't gonna say nothing. But that's none of my business if you disagreed. If you agreed, you disagreed. That's whatever. Have a nice day, because I sure will. Bye. Bye.
And wash me over until my will runs dry.